We hope you enjoyed The Magicians, Behold a Man by Rachel Lawson. I have an interview to do. I can't miss it. It is important, said Sapphirus, the Emperor of the Universe, coughing and choking on mucus. He was very sick. You're deathly ill. We can't have you dying in public, said his doctor, Blake, his grandson, who, by a quirk of fate and time travel, was his younger self. I can't miss it. It will be suspicious, Sapphirus said. You are going to die this time, as we can't be seen dying, not as you. I'll do your interview. No one will know the difference, said Blake, who looked like Sapphirus's twin. Okay, who will look after me? You're my doctor, asked Sapphirus, wheezing. Our wife, Anna, she's a doctor too, said Blake. Okay, Sapphirus said. Who's the interview with? Asked Blake. Welcome to the Selenite Dolomite Hour, said the female ex-Zeracian alien host of the interview. This is our galactic-wide live cast of my interview with Sapphirus Argent, the Emperor of the Universe. Hello, my Emperor. Hello, Blake replied nervously. He wasn't used to being called by his older self's name. You don't have to be nervous. I won't hurt you, said the reporter, smiling. Blake laughed nervously. I have a few questions for you. The people want to know about you, said Selenite. Ask away, Blake said, smiling charmingly behind the Emperor's mask. Why are you always masked? Asked the reporter, wondering who was hiding behind the mask. She thought it was the Emperor, but he was always masked in public. I hide an ugly face, lied the handsome, eternally young man, chuckling. The reporter laughed. No, seriously, Selenite said. I wear it to keep my anonymity. I have many enemies, said Blake. But you have many friends too, said Selenite. True, I wear it for them too to protect them, said Blake. Really? How? Asked the reporter. Many people want me dead. I fear they will hurt my friends to get at me, said Blake, who wore a mask too. Yes, that is nice of you to try to protect your loved ones, said the reporter, who wanted to see his face behind his domino mask. Blake smiled. Nice suit, said Selenite, looking the Emperor over. He wore a matching silver tuxedo. Thank you, Blake said, smiling again. Isn't that your King of the Earth superhero magician's outfit? She asked. Yes, Blake said. Why do you wear silver? Asked Selenite, trying to think of a reporter's question. It represents my empire, the Silver Intergalactic Empire, Blake said, not sure why Sapphirus wore silver as the King of Earth. Really, that's amazing, said the reporter, feigning interest. How is it that you are always well? Asked Selenite, mentioning something that was a common question about the Emperor, not knowing the Emperor was on his deathbed somewhere else. I don't know, lied Blake. Meanwhile, the real elder Sapphirus lay coughing, sputtering and wheezing, watching Blake's interview on TV. He's going well, said Anna, the wife of the time traveller Blake, who was also Sapphirus, thus her husband too. As well as another man can do pretending he is another man, said Sapphirus, who had a terrible coughing fit and started gasping for air. Anna ran to Sapphirus's side. He's dying, said the Necromancer, the Grim Reaper, son of Blake and Sapphirus, to his stepmother. I'll get Dad. No, he's on TV, Sapphirus said in a laboured, wheezing voice. The Necromancer teleported to where Blake was hiding in the wings. The manager hissed. Go manage the stage, you bureaucratic bighead. I need to see the Emperor, snapped the Necromancer, knowing he couldn't just go on stage to tell his dad he was dying. The Necromancer was frustrated, so he took it out on the stage manager. He watched his father on the stage. Are you immortal? You have been the same age since the 19th century? Asked Selenite. Blake looked awkward. He was thinking of his older self lying dying. Selenite took his reaction as proof that he was lying about his mortality. I don't know. I've not died yet, Blake retorted. The reporter snapped, I'll show them what you really are. Behold a man. Blake looked at her, puzzled. The necromancer was nervous. She put her hand in her pocket, pulled out a pocket knife, and stabbed Blake with it. And Blake dropped dead. Selenite looked at him, shocked. She thought he'd not die. The necromancer looked on in shock too. People screamed. "I thought he was immortal," cried Selenite, dropping the pocket knife she had used to kill Blake. Then a grim reaper appeared on stage, grumbling and cursing the reporter, and walked up to Blake, kicked him, and disappeared. And suddenly, Blake was healed and alive. To the horror of everyone, Blake cursed and just got up. The necromancer cursed his father, seeing his resurrection on camera. "What are you?" screamed Selenite. "Not dead," said Blake nervously, realizing everyone saw his soul, the Reaper Mortimer, the king of the Grim Reapers, resurrecting him. He knew he was in deep trouble. He was dead because of it. "How?" demanded the reporter. "I don't know," said Blake, wanting to leave, knowing he could not, well, not after that. He needed to defuse this. It was a political incident that he knew could trigger a war that could end all life in the universe. The Emperor could not be dead. He and Sapphirus knew it. "What are you?" asked Selenite. "Shocked," Blake said, not sure what to say, and not sure if the true Emperor was dead. "He needs me," said the necromancer, walking on stage. "You can't. Oh, go away. Stop bothering me. I'm busy," said the stage manager as they tried to deal with the disaster. "Go, push a pen," the necromancer said, walking over to his father. "Lance, are you here to gloat or cause more trouble?" Blake said, seeing his son. "You're causing enough trouble by yourself." "I came to say the patient is dying," said the necromancer cryptically, not wanting to reveal the Emperor had died live on camera. "Why are the cameras still running? Someone died?" The necromancer snapped at the director, who was now running the camera as the cameraman had fled in fear of the Reaper ages ago. "This is good news," the director said. "I hate the paparazzi. They are like vultures, any excuse to take pictures, and you can't stop them," moaned the necromancer, glaring murderously at the director and camera. "What can we do?" asked Blake, knowing they should say something and do something other than saying he wasn't the Emperor. He was the King of Death and was posing as the King of the Earth as a personal favor to a dying man whose death would have caused the same problem. "Pray for help from the hereafter," said the necromancer, looking hopefully at the camera as if pleading for help. Moments later, help arrived in the form of another masked man in a silver tux and top hat. "What now? There are two of you? Got to get this," mumbled the director excitedly. "You," Blake practically sang. "Yes, my boy," said the other man, hugging Blake. "Who is the real Sapphirus, the Emperor of the Universe?" said the director to the camera as he filmed them. "Are you better now?" asked Blake. "As good as you are," Sapphirus said, who had been resurrected and healed like Blake before. "I am Sapphirus, that's the King of Death. He was posing as me while I was indisposed," said Sapphirus. "King of Death, the resurrection man, the guy who dies and comes back to life. Oh, him," the director said, turning the camera off. The King of Death wasn't big news. He was a known entity. "You are lucky you only killed my grandson, not anyone else. He's cursed not to stay dead," said Sapphirus. "I'm sorry," said Selenite. "What will happen to me?" asked Selenite, ashamed. "You tried to kill my judge, Alexandrite Argent. Only he knows," said Sapphirus. "You will probably get a prison sentence for a spell on Ursa Minor for trying to assassinate the Emperor," said Blake. "But no one's dead," Selenite said. "I know you lucked out. So did I," Blake said. "Indeed," said Sapphirus, realizing, as both he and Blake did, as did the entire universe. The swap prevented Sapphirus from dying on TV too, 2 times. Sapphirus had resurrected in time to hear the necromancer's plea and came to help. "Behold a man," Sapphirus murmured to himself, "and behold the trouble he brings."